Welcome to the channel. Today we ride to a buffalo ranch. Shoshone Tutanka Owachi. Yes, I've watched Dances with Wolves quite a bit. I'm not sure what I just said. I think, yeah. You know what he says at the very end? Is it about buffalo? Or is that his name? That's his name, apparently. But Tutanka, I thought Tutanka was... Apparently I need to watch it again. So stick around. So today we're headed down the road again. This episode is going to cover a few days. We're going to go to a buffalo farm and then on to Salida, Colorado to the Rocky Mountain Rendezvous, which should be a great time. We've got some trail rides planned and meeting up with some very cool people with some very cool rigs. But to get there, we're going to have to go through Denver. And we've decided to go through Denver on the highway, on the interstate. It should be a lot of fun. The speeds are now closer to 80 miles an hour. Not for Nugget, but for all the people trying to get around us. So, yeah, that ride through Denver is going to be a lot of fun. Good morning. We are in a very, very small town, somewhere in Wyoming, and I can't even remember the name of it off the top of my head. But it's a quiet little place. I was wrong about the Buffalo Ranch. That's actually tonight. I got my days mixed up, which happens. I think as of today or as of yesterday, we've been on the road from Anchorage for 16 days at 200 miles a day. That's basically. We pushed it to about 300 miles a day there, trying to get to our friends in Banff. But 200 is plenty. We stopped and got the oil changed at a place yesterday that seemed a bit confused about changing the transmission and transfer case fluids that I brought. I went to Napa and brought all my fluids with me. Got the right stuff. So I helped them and paid. And then it was 103 degrees yesterday. And we're thinking about renaming the teardrop from Dingleberry to the Easy Bake Oven. So I'm telling you, that baby gets hot. We need an air conditioner. I do have, I'm stopping in another town. I gotta write these things down because I forget the names. South of Denver. Can't think of it. Something Springs. Anyway, we're going to stop there at a place that has a vent accessory that is a fan that I can wire into our existing vent to help exhaust air better, which will be a blessing. So yeah, just another day of chugging along. We did get to listen to Almost Willy last night, which was awesome. We had a great time. I hummed Willie Nelson songs all night long after that. That was good. You should check it. I think he's got a channel. I think he told me he did it. I'll look it up. It'll be in the description below. He travels around to campgrounds and things, which is kind of cool. So if you ever see him on the list, he's a funny man, and it was a good time.
Whiskey River, take my mind. Don't let her memory alter me. Whiskey River, don't run dry. I know I've got to care of me.
So anyway, this morning we will hit the road and try to get in a couple hundred more miles. We have to stop down. We got some mail to pick up in Chugwater, Colorado. And then somewhere after that is the Buffalo Ranch that we'll be staying at. So we'll just chug along to Chugwater. construction, the speed limit's down to about 45, which is great for my Scout. Little BMW behind me doesn't seem terribly happy about it. He's been riding my butt for a while with my new vintage Overlanding Alaska sticker on the back of the camper. I figure this just gives him a great opportunity to subscribe. He's had about 10 minutes to look at it. Up close and personal, apparently. He must be having a hard time reading it. Tammy and Greg Knott were great hosts. They let us go out to feed the buffalo, which was a lot of fun, seeing them up close and personal. So it was very cool, very cool. They had just had, some of these babies were only a couple of days old, and they're just growing their farm. They've only been at it for a few years. They still have a few of their very first season of buffalo, but they it was really a good adventure if you ever have an opportunity. It's a little off the road, but it's well worth the drive. One rear end of us. We weren't moving fast enough. What do you think, April? Yeah, I'm really glad we took their truck. Those buffalo were bumping and banging on it the whole time, and it hasn't survived very well.
So this gal, I think I heard Tammy talking. This is Alex.
So the next morning we woke up and had one final breakfast visit and fed them a few little pellets and took a few more photos and videos, and it really was a good time. Anyway, we were ready to start packing it up. Good morning. This morning is getting warm already, so we are getting the Scout put together, making some coffee for the ride, and head to Colorado Springs to a camp supply place to get a exhaust fan for the teardrop because we are cooking. It'll be a convection oven after it has the fan installed. We stayed at the Memphis Ranch buffalo farm, and it was great. It was great. They took us out. We got to feed the bison, the buffalo, and it was a good time. We bought some summer sausage and meat sticks and all kinds of things. So anyway, you can find their stuff at memphisranch.com. I encourage you to. It's a small business. I think they only have a herd of about 35. They're just getting started. So if you've ever thought about getting some bison, check them out, memphisranch.com, and they will ship to you. They've got a building full of freezers and everything's packaged. It's pretty impressive. Anyway, we don't have a way to have frozen food, so we bought lots of summer sausages and things, but they can help you out. So check them out. If you're ever traveling through, this is a great place to camp. We have started the joined Harvest Host. So it's a website for people who have businesses and farms who have space for people to camp, and it's like an $85 membership, but you don't pay to camp. It's free to camp, but you're kind of expected to purchase a little something from the people when you're there. So a lot of breweries and vineyards and farms, and apparently buffalo farms do it, and it's been good. You know, you buy 15, 20 bucks worth of beer or meat sticks, but the meat sticks are going to be great, and we're just going to eat those on the way down to the show today. We're headed down to Salida, so fingers crossed things will be good. And we slept overlooking the field with the bison all night long, and we slept here with the doors open the whole time, so we you could hear them grunting during the night. The mamas grunt for their babies to get closer, and it's pretty cool. It's really a lot of fun. So, all right, let's hit the road.
throttle is sticking a little bit. It's almost like having cruise control.
I'm not really enjoying the city driving. At one point it was 6 lanes wide, bumper to bumper. The Nugget's doing all right so far. I think we're starting to see the other end of the city. So maybe I will be out of this soon-ish. Put lipstick on a pig. And it's been a great day. Nuggets, well, Nuggets in there. It doesn't stand out. There's some sharp ones, man. Holy cow. You gotta check out I'll put lots of video of the scouts, but it's been a great day meeting lots of great people. Yeah, it's gonna be a good weekend. It'll be a very good weekend. I think we're going to trail ride maybe. We'll have to check into that.
Good looking. And I started it, it wouldn't stay running. Come to find that it was really fast. I had, that motor had 5
Or more like, do you want it wild or clean? I mean, that's kind of where we are as far as where we were making decisions.
I'm gonna wander around.
Put down the number of one.
This headliner.
Very cool. I like that too. We gotta go get our thing. I gotta film that.
It's a PPG single stage.
What is it, like a concept?
That's right. 2 motors.
And it's a single stage red, and it's only painted with pearl with single stage. So they allow single stage.
Said if I make it over to California and pick up the Baja, or in the Traveler on the Baja, we'll go up and he'll help me get it running.
Should be done here in just a couple of minutes. Go over here on the shades. Give you a little bit of relief. Really do want to thank you all for coming. Again, balance.
Sir, I don't know how to explain what it would be like to drive a Scout 800 from Alaska, down the back roads to Colorado, but we are really pleased to have you here. Now, this will get you out of the parking lot. And you need to see Jefferson Parks to get you back home. And if you need to sell it, well, John, I think on his for sale page we'll find someone to do that. Okay, well, thank you very much. 011863.
Go a long way. Okay, so first day of Rocky Mountain Rendezvous is over, and we are sitting under a shade tree because
you have to.
You know, heat and lots of it. We keep hearing thunder, but it never happens.
It's okay.
We're hoping for rain. So what was your favorite one? I'll tell you my favorite while you think about it. There was this guy that drove his Scout down from Alaska, and I love that one. No, let's probably have to pick a different one. Which one? The yellow one that the guy has electric power steering. Awesome. There was an Aristocrat here. Awesome. Honestly, I think maybe the one I liked, well, oh no, there was a cherry red, what's the kind with the slant back? It's not a travel top.
The Midas that was in blue.
Oh, the Midas with the seats that spin. That's awesome. Leave it to April to go talk about a Traveler.
I did like the older Travelall, the gray one.
Oh, the Travelall. It was sweet.
There's a lot to pick from. I don't know.
There's a sport top. Sport top. There was a red sport top here. Actually, they're out for a ride right now. The thing is after you've driven 3,913 miles to get to the show, and then they say, "Would you like to take a ride?" No.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow, but I'm taking the day off. So some people, not everyone, but some people went down for a ride through town. We found us a shade tree.
We'll go watch the games.
Yeah. Met a lot of wonderful people. Gifts are $100 for being the people who drove the furthest to get here. Met a lovely couple that came from Florida, and
He gave them one.
he gave them one too, even though, you know, it's just Florida. What was it, like 1,500 miles or something crazy like that?
Still, yeah.
Maybe 2,000.
Pretty
No,
awesome.
just kidding. No, they're great people. We met them, had a great time. It's a good day. And by the way, today is our anniversary. Yeah, that's right. My wife is with me at a Scout show on my anniversary after 20, what'd you figure out? 20.
Nope. You gotta know it now.
8 years of marriage. Am I right?
And this is the 28th year of this show.
Yeah, and it was really because of that we came. Anyway.
That's enough.
So we're gonna put the camera up now, and we're gonna sit in the shade tree. And oh, look at this one. This one's nice. I do like that one. I like the patina. Isn't that nice? Yeah. Yeah, he's not, he brought it to the show, but it's not quite there yet for the road. And trust me, I understand that. It took us 3 years to get this thing there, so. Anyway. Doy.
Only what?
We all hit the truck. I felt it going down. I was like, oh crap.
He goes fast. As soon as
Oh, that's cheating. Can't go backwards.
He's holding his brake. No, he's not. He's just spinning back here. He's in four.
Oh, he's got a fucking brain war. Oh, why is it all your Instagram?
And they say we're going on a trail ride somewhere in that valley. Something called Tin Cup. So we're all going for a ride today. Some of the bigger ones, they're going to take some rougher roads. We're going to chill for a nice ride. So we made it to the trailhead. I think this was to a place called Tin Cup. What's crazy is that I've owned this Scout 3 years, I think, or 4. And this moment was the first time I had ever put it in 4-wheel drive. It's just not very necessary in the summers in Alaska. And we haven't done lots of mudding in it, areas where I thought I'd get stuck. So we just haven't messed with the 4-wheel drive because I've always been a little nervous that there would be a problem and it might shut down the trip. So I just didn't touch it until today. And what's crazy is while we're sitting there, I had to Google what the shift pattern is for a Dana 18. On the drive there, it was all uphill again. Salida, Colorado is very high in the mountains, and my Scout's carburetor was tuned at sea level in Anchorage. And we hadn't really been through the altitude that we were getting here. So I think that's kind of what we had figured out. Nugget wasn't running great. It had died once on the way here. And here in the video in a second, you'll see it dies again. And we get it going, but we really have to nurse it along. It just isn't enjoying it. And then when we get on the hill going up, following these guys, the carburetor was just loading up with fuel and it was running rich and started to bogging down really heavy. But we gave it our best shot. Let's just say it's not the smoothest ride in the world. Plus I'm running street tires and I'm a little nervous about airing them down too far. They just don't have strong sidewalls the way a off-road tire does. You'll see the fellow there in front of me in his Scout 2. He didn't have low range. He tried doing it in 4-wheel high and it just wasn't having it. Also it was overheating. Well, he was having the same troubles we were at times. We made it a mile or so, maybe 2 miles, until the trail leveled out, and decided that discretion was the better part of valor, and that maybe we shouldn't be pushing Nugget this hard several thousand miles from the end of our trip. So we turned Nugget around and inched our way back down the mountain, and joined a few others that decided that maybe this was more than they could bite off. So regardless, it was a great afternoon, and you know, considering Nugget's running a single barrel carburetor that was tuned at sea level at 10,000 feet on street tires, you know, we were still feeling pretty good about it. Cooling off will help.
Yeah.
It was absolutely a hot day, and this Scout was struggling with a lot of the same things, I think. The carburetor was loading up, and then it was getting hot and didn't want to start, probably the start of the coil. We got her running, got him turned around, and he inched back down the hill as well. Not having low range in the 4-wheel drive is kind of limiting when it comes to the steepness of these hills.
All right.
Not my first rodeo doing that.
So we decided that we proved ourselves. We made it to the top of that hill back there. Got to the top, went probably twice as far further. And she's doing okay, but she doesn't like the angle. Sputtering a little bit. I don't know, maybe fouled a plug or something. Run a little rich. Then we came back and make sure they get off the hill here. And then we'll probably find our way back and let the rest of them go on. My street tire's also a little nervous about cutting a tire, so. Is it cool, April?
No, go away.
Okay, so we left this morning from Salida. God,
Yep. He has a hard time with that.
I have a hard time with that. Okay, Salida, Colorado.
Let's go.
And we are now in Pueblo, Colorado, where it's as hot as hell. And this is the place where you could, when I was a kid, write to find out more about cheese and stuff on those Saturday morning cartoons. Anyway, we're trying to find a place, but you'll be watching this a little bit later. But remember, there was a big heat wave, and it is 100 and something right now. And there's no AC in the Scout, and with the windows down, it's just, oh, son of a gun. It's just tank, and the Teardrop has no AC. So we're trying to find a campground or a park or somewhere with a tree.
Or the bottom of a river or lake.
Or a river we can sit in up to our necks until we fall asleep or die from heat.
I feel like, what is it?
What?
The witch on Dorothy was.
There's a melting. Oh, God. Okay, so down the road we go. Okay, so I'm going to admit to it. We cheated. We got a hotel room. Holy cow, it was hot today. I don't know, over 100. So we opted for AC and poured nuggets down there in the parking lot. But we will get back on the road in the morning. New plan. As we cross the middle of the U.S., I want you to think back now when you see this video, think back to, you know, July. Huge heat wave, central U.S. We look at the temperature map for the next week. And just imagine like a map of the United States and the whole middle is bright red. Yeah, so we've new plan. We're gonna chug along. We're just gonna chug along for the next couple of days and probably hotel for a couple because the little camper is just an oven. It's just an oven. So we're gonna cheat. So we're staying in Pueblo, Colorado. And if you're a child of the 70s like I am, then you'll remember all of those consumer publication commercials where they would have you write to an address in Pueblo, Colorado. I don't know if it's still here. Anybody know? Stick it in the comments. I wonder if I can find a YouTube video of one of those commercials. Let's see. You know how in a lot of overlanding videos, they drive to some beautiful location and cook some elaborate meal on some really cool, you know, griddle or something. Well, tonight's hotel meal, cup full of wieners. Squirt a little mustard in the bottom. Bingo. So that's it. That's the meal. Luckily the hotel came with a microwave. And, dessert. Can't leave dessert out. Doritos. So we're having... Anyway, so yeah, tonight's meal is a little bit basic, but nevertheless, absolutely delicious. Where are we headed, April?
Dodge City.
Dodge City. Where are we camping tonight?
Gunsmoke RV campground.
Woo-hoo! Gunsmoke, baby. Yep, we got us a place at Gunsmoke RV Park where we're going to hopefully get to see Festus and Marshall Dillon and Miss Kitty. Yep, I'm married. I can't see Miss Kitty. Well, it's a little warm, so we thought we would stop in, where are we? We just ate at Flashback's Diner. Good food. We're headed to Dodge City. And it was about 102 degrees and the Scout was running kind of hot, so we thought we'd stop and just sit in the AC for a couple hours. Well, we did. Now it's 106.
Macon, Kansas.
Macon, Kansas. Just this side of hell. When you're riding in a Scout. Now it looks like a lovely little town, but oh my God, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot. Anyway, Nugget does not like these temperatures. We're gonna go a little extra slow. So if you're driving through Macon right now, you might want to take a different route. We're gonna cruise at about 50. Or until I die. Are you melting, April? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's warm. Cannot express to you how hot it is. I just checked, it's 108 degrees. Not tons of humidity. Nugget doesn't like the heat. If I can stay moving, I keep the temperature around 190, things go pretty good. It gets over 190 and I have to stop at a red light or something, or at a campground office, the temp goes up to above 200 pretty quick. Well, we are going to spend the next couple of hours neck deep in the swimming pool trying to cool off if we don't make the water start boiling. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy the videos, please consider subscribing, giving us a thumbs up, and a comment. To date, I have never not responded to a comment. So, yeah, we love reading them. And if you know anyone else that might enjoy the videos, please think about sharing the channel with other people. All right, take care, and we will see you out there on the road.